I'm just trying to be...
I also know my rights, and I don't think I have to.
You do. Okay.
This is the first time you've actually asked me.
Okay.
So,
can you please exit the vehicle?
I would like to wait.
Can you please exit the vehicle?
I would like to wait.
Can you please exit the vehicle?
Okay, I would like to wait.
Can you please exit the vehicle?
I'm not in the
Okay, so...
I would like to wait.
Ready?
No, sir, please. I need a supervisor on the scene. Officer, I need a supervisor on the scene.
Hello.
Hi, I'm her dad.
Yeah, let you explain that, yeah.
So, I'm former law enforcement, private investigator, and I have an office.
On November 3rd, 2023, an officer was on patrol in Ohio when he observed a red Ford Explorer making an illegal right turn. Following the illegal turn, the officer initiated a traffic stop of the Ford Explorer.
Hello. So the reason why I stopped, you made that right turn from Pearl to Bagley. You made it at the red light, and I'm not sure if you realized, but you almost struck me.
I apologize. No, I did not.
Okay. You got driver's license on you?
I actually don't have anything on. I was going up to work. I didn't bring anything with me today.
No big deal. Just take down your info. Yeah, you're supposed to treat it. Well, that right there, you can't even make a right turn at this time, at the red light.
I started working at this office, so I'm not really used to this area right now. I'm so sorry.
The officer returns to his patrol vehicle to verify the driver's information.
So where are you heading right now?
I'm going back home. I live out there, so I'm heading back home.
Where's your job at?
It's not right there. So, it's in there.
Is there anything illegal inside this vehicle? Who smokes weed in here?
It's just my car. It's just my car.
So nothing illegal? Can I look inside? Again, I apologize. I was just heading home. Like I really didn't know that I can't turn red there. I'm 100% aware of it now. So the reason why I'm asking is because I do smell weed.
I apologize.
And
I really didn't mean to. Like I had no idea. I'll be super aware of that intersection from now on. I'll be way more cautious.
Do me a favor because we're gonna cause traffic back up here. Can you just pull into that street right here? I'll just make a right.
Sure.
All right. I appreciate that. It's just safety-wise, traffic safety-wise. Excuse me. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm asking is because I do smell weed. Obviously, I'm not. If there is some in here, you're not gonna get cited or anything for it.
I might have like a roach or something. Like there might be something like that, but I don't know off the top of my head.
I got you. Yeah, it's like we don't cite no more for those.
I smoked.
My only concern is if there's anything else other than that. That's why I'm asking you. Is it okay if I take a look?
Well, this is what I've got. This is honestly what I have.
But that's not what I'm asking.
I prefer not to, like, because I.
So based on that, I could, just so you know.
Okay, I prefer if you didn't.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, based on that.
I understand.
I can't.
I'd prefer if you didn't. Like, again, I'm super sorry. It was seriously, it was just an accident. Like, I really didn't mean to.
Look, I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I get it. I get you trying to get home.
Really bad day, like as it was. I was supposed to go to the office. People weren't there. I'm trying to get home. I really didn't know that the intersection was like that. Please.
All right. Here, come on. Step out.
Please cut me a break.
Huh?
Please cut me a break.
I have not written you anything. I'm just trying to be.
Here, we witness a classic conflict between a citizen's perceived rights and established legal procedure. The driver believes her refusal to exit the car is a protected right. But Supreme Court precedent in Pennsylvania v. Mims grants officers the authority to order occupants out of a vehicle during a lawful stop for safety reasons. Her decision to remain in the car transforms her stance from non-consent into active non-compliance.
If you're not tied up, you want to swing by?
The suspect rolled up her window as the officer radioed for backup.
Hi there, miss.
Hi there.
Okay.
I've got my keyboard around right now. I've got cars. You want to park you out there?
That's it. Do you have a strip in your car? Oh, yeah. Hi there, miss.
Hi, what's up?
Can you talk to me now, please?
One moment, please, sir.
Well, okay.
I got pulled over to the office by an officer. I smoked marijuana. I accidentally cut off your companion there.
Okay.
I kind of new to the area, just started reaching the area.
Okay.
Wasn't aware of the traffic laws there.
Okay.
Pulled me over, declared that my car smoked marijuana.
Yeah.
Asked to search it. Said I wasn't comfortable with that. Asked me to pull over again.
Okay. So now what?
I'm not comfortable with you searching that vehicle. My dad's not far. I'm asking him to come here and help out as well.
Okay.
The arrival of a second officer reinforces the legitimacy of the lawful order to exit. He attempts to reason with the driver, explaining the legal requirement to comply. However, she remains fixated on waiting for her father, introducing an uncontrolled third party into a police matter. This choice further complicates the interaction and builds the foundation for an obstruction charge. Her words betray a sense of panic, but her actions continue to be interpreted as defiance.
This badge 722, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate
Okay,
that.
so you've been given a lawful order to exit the vehicle 3 times by me, okay?
This is the first time that you've actually asked me.
Okay.
So,
Can you please exit the vehicle?
I would like to wait.
Can you please exit the vehicle?
I would like to wait.
Can you please exit the vehicle?
Okay, I would like
Can
to
you please
wait.
exit the vehicle?
I'm not in.
Okay,
I
so
would like to wait.
you have to exit the vehicle. And if your father comes here and interferes with the traffic stop, things could get a lot worse. Right now, if it's just marijuana, I'll be honest with you, we do not cite for marijuana. However, it is probable cause for a search, and we will need to seize that because you cannot have that legally.
Okay, I would like to wait.
Do you understand that?
Okay, I would still like to wait.
Okay. Can you please step out of the vehicle?
I would still like to wait.
Okay. If you continue this, you're going to be arrested for obstruction. Okay?
And that would be an unlawful arrest, and you can deal with that in court.
Good luck with that in court.
Okay. I'm fine
Okay,
with
so
that.
you've been given a lawful command. I did it 7 times in a row. Okay? Or 8. That was 8.
I also have my rights, and I'm allowed to wait.
Okay.
I'm gonna send my location so I can ask
Yeah,
you
great,
now.
great, fantastic.
And
Are there any firearms in the vehicle?
no, sir.
Okay.
But you can take it down.
Yeah.
This officer's training likely kicked in here, adhering to a use of force continuum. Having exhausted repeated verbal commands, he issues a clear and direct final warning. Comply within 30 seconds or the window will be broken. This is a procedural step designed to give the suspect one last opportunity to de-escalate voluntarily before physical force is applied to resolve the standoff.
Okay? You can post this, you can think you're cool posting it on the internet. You are wrong. You are wrong. Okay? So you must exit the vehicle.
Go to court, sir.
You can peacefully exit the vehicle.
And I'm now going to be supervising.
Yep.
Supervising on the scene. Now
4812.
I'm scared.
Well,
I feel
this is all on you,
and
okay?
I'm thoroughly scared at this point.
Okay.
You're threatening my safety, and I would really
Females
like to supervise on the scene.
refusing to exit the vehicle. If you could please show up here. Okay, I'm gonna break the window if you do not exit the vehicle.
Officer, I need a supervisor here before you take those kind of extreme measures.
Ready?
There's no.
The shattering of the car window is the direct and foreseeable consequence of the driver's sustained refusal to comply. Her repeated requests for a supervisor, while a valid inquiry, do not legally negate or pause a lawful order from an officer on the scene. This action ultimately sealed her fate, moving the incident from a traffic stop to a criminal arrest for obstruction.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
Let me get this out your hands.
I'm not letting go of that.
Okay, I'm going to put it on top of the
My
car.
safety and your safety.
You
Our
are being
cameras are on
recorded
as
by
well.
3 of our cameras. And now you're under arrest for obstruction. How's that, huh? That's what you wanted, right?
In the aftermath, now detained in the patrol car, the driver is debriefed by the shift supervisor. The conversation starkly reveals her fundamental misunderstanding of police authority during a lawful detention. She argues she needed a moment to think, failing to grasp that compliance with a lawful order is not optional. The big question is whether this encounter will reshape her understanding of the law.
So, can you explain to me what happened and what led to the situation that is here now?
Who's this officer who just walked by? Gentleman in the ball cap there?
Yeah.
He's the one who initially pulled me over. I apparently accidentally cut him off.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with that intersection. Was unaware that it was. It's actually my father right there.
Okay.
Was unaware that I couldn't turn red there. I just started recently working with him in his office.
Okay.
He's a private investigator. He's been in criminal justice for over 30 years, and so I was actually out there doing some work. I had to head home. Didn't realize I'd made a mistake. The officer in the ball cap, or he's got the officer in the ball cap was the one who's pulled me over initially. I didn't realize I'd made a mistake. He declared my car smelled like marijuana. I was like, okay, he asked me to pull over here. I did. He called for backup. The second gentleman there ordered me out of the car. I was confused as to why. Demanded that I get out of the car. I told him I felt scared and unsafe, and he proceeded to bust my window out.
Okay.
And now I'm handcuffed in the back of a cop car.
Okay.
Very unaware of exactly what I've done wrong, besides accidentally turning red on a red light on accident.
Okay.
So, I'm very scared.
Okay.
And I'm very uncomfortable.
All right.
I'm very upset about my car. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to turn red. I'm sorry. I would have gladly taken a ticket for smelling like marijuana. Like, I didn't know I did anything wrong. So I'm very shaken right now. I didn't know I did something. And I just wanted to go home.
All right.
I want to go see my kids. I want to go see my husband. I don't want to be here right now.
So, in several things. In the state of Ohio, a traffic stop is a detainment. It's a traffic law is a law. So when you're pulled over for the police officer, you have to abide by what the police officer is asking you to do. Okay.
Grounds. There are stipulations and things like that. I'm educated enough to know.
If an officer,
enough of my rights.
even without the smell of marijuana, if you pull over and an officer asks you to step out of your car,
it's not true.
An officer that pulls you over has the legal right, if they believe that you're making any furtive movements or anything, to search the driver's side area of the car. That would mean removing you from the vehicle to do that. Okay?
But you have to have plausible.
In this particular case, marijuana is still legal, or still illegal in the state of Ohio. It is not legal. So if an officer smells marijuana in your car, and then they ask you to step out because they need to search your vehicle, it's a probable cause search based on the smell of marijuana.
The smell of marijuana is not a probable articulable cause.
It is.
Okay.
Okay? See, that's where you're mistaken. And the place on the side of the road is not the place to argue that. That would be in the court of law.
I just was trying to go home.
Okay.
I didn't mean to make a mistake. I accidentally cut somebody off. Now I'm in handcuffs.
Okay. No, you're not in handcuffs for cutting him off. You're in handcuffs because of this attitude right now that you're working up to. And that is believing...
I'm genuinely scared. An officer approached my car and blew my window out without warning.
No, he did.
I was just trying to go home.
He gave you
scared. I was trying to
gave you numerous warnings.
I wanted a moment to think, and he couldn't give me that.
He gave you... Why wouldn't you just listen to the officer?
Because I wanted a couple of minutes to figure out what was happening.
He explained to you.
I have my rights too.
No, you have...
No, I have my rights too.
You have rights, but you have to listen to the officer when they're explaining this process to you.
That's not
just
how
like
it works.
right
It's not
now.
when I say jump, you say how high. Like, I'm allowed to have my rights and figure out what's happening before I have to be detained.
So you can continue to just ignore what they're saying.
No, I'm not
because you don't want
I'd be happy
to abide by what they're saying.
I would have happily complied.
How many times? How long would he have had to keep asking you to open the door?
2 more minutes. To let
Why
me
2 minutes?
collect myself.
Why not 20
Why
seconds?
do you need 10 seconds? Why? Why you? I didn't do anything. I'm sorry that I accidentally cut your officer off. That was my mistake.
Okay, we're beyond that.
I know, you busted my window out.
Okay, well, then we're trying to explain to you why that happened. And you don't want to see the reason for that happening.
Then I apologize.
Okay. So, that's the reason that we're at where we're at now. Okay, I'm just trying to explain that to you so that you understand. But you keep getting very emotional and worked up, and hopefully you are starting to understand why I'm saying why we're at where we're at now. Okay? Okay, sit tight. Hello.
Hi, I'm her dad.
Let you explain that, yeah.
So, I'm former law enforcement, private investigator, now I have an office.
Yeah, should explain that as well.
He works for me, so he called me, he was up at the office. I don't know what the heck he did, but her boyfriend's one of these goddamn sovereign,
Okay.
Well, I yell at him all the time, and they do this, and he just won't do this. So, that's why I just...
Yeah. I mean, we can
You guys
see.
can release her, great.
Okay.
That'll be, that's my car. It's insured under my name.
Okay.
I'd be happy to, but I'll make sure she goes to court or whatever she's got to
Okay.
do. I don't know if that has a card on there.
Yeah, we could see, just from talking sort of in a little bit of the back of the car here, you could see the tinges of the sovereign citizen, or at least the belief. Okay. One of those came out of the car when we actually opened up the passenger side door. So
Well, I'm going to go back over to the office.
Okay.
My dog's over there. I got to get him home, and then.
okay.
But if she needs me to come get her,
The suspect was issued citations and released to her father. The suspect was issued citations for obstructing official business, open container, and traffic control device. At this time, the suspect's court case is still ongoing.